Hey guys, how you going? Hope you're all doing very well. This afternoon I'm going to be doing a movie review. This movie is a science fiction action film from Australia, English language, released in the year 2018, directed by Lee Winnell, and this film is called Upgrade. So Upgrade is set in the near future. You've got a husband and wife who are very happily married. The wife works in a very high-end technology company. You've got a husband who likes doing up cars, and they have a perfect existence. But unfortunately, that existence is about to be destroyed one evening when they have a car crash and they are taken by thugs. Now these thugs kill the wife and leave the husband paralyzed from the neck down. So days later, the husband wakes up. He has no idea why he was victim to this random attack, or what seemed like a random attack, and so now he's lost the will to live and he wants to commit suicide. So one day when he fails on that suicide attempt, he's reunited with a friend of his that's an inventor. Now he's actually invented some technology that is a technological breakthrough that he wants to keep secret, but he really wants to help his friend. Is that he sees his friend as completely helpless, and now the thing that he's invented is called STEM. Now STEM, when it's implanted in the human body, can give them abilities that they didn't have before, and in this instance it's going to allow this man to walk again. So not only is he going to be able to walk again, but STEM is going to be able to talk to this man without anybody hearing it, and when this man wants to, he's going to allow STEM to take over his body and basically give him superhuman strength. So this is a prime opportunity in order to exact the revenge that he wants, to basically satisfy his anger. So when he goes on a path of vengeance, he leaves a lot of bodies in the wake, and he's trying to get to the person that he deems responsible, but along the way he's going to get some hidden truths that are really going to complicate matters. And so what those complications are, something you're going to have to find out for yourself, because that's as far as I'm going with my synopsis. Now my thoughts on Upgrade. Although this is a modern day sort of science fiction film, it's clearly a movie that's been inspired by films of the 80s, and that's something I really appreciated the most, and I'm sure that a lot of 80s film fans are going to really like about Upgrade, is that this is a very simplistic tale of vengeance, but it's also a cautionary tale about the effects of technology and how humans are basically contributing to their own downfall, basically digging their own grave, because the more advances we have in technology, the more technology is taking a life of its own, and one day what will happen if it turns against us. And movies in the past have depicted this. You've got The Terminator, which is a classic example. You've also got films like I, Robot, where the things that we're creating can take a life of their own. And Upgrade has that sort of feel to it, is that it's a cautionary tale, but it's a tale that's not really sidetracking the film from what it wants to be. This movie wants to be a popcorn entertaining experience, and that's exactly what I got from Upgrade. This is an incredibly entertaining experience because it's so self-aware that it really executes its ideas to a point where I felt that this was a homage to films that have inspired the director. Now Lee Winnell, the Australian director, I didn't even know this is an Australian film, so that was an added bonus, but Lee Winnell is a fan of Ozploitation films, and the Ozploitation element is actually evident in this movie. It's not controlling the film, but I thought, alright, well this is a movie that is created by a director who has been inspired by films that he's loved, and I thought that love letter to films of yesteryear was present in this movie. So if that's something you like, then Upgrade is going to really appeal to you. You've also got the shades of The Terminator. As I said, it's man versus machine. When this machine starts controlling this man, I thought, alright, well, who's really in control? And is this machine actually going to turn against him? And so you not only have one set of villains, but you have something in the film that could prove deadly. And how much can you really trust technology? And so I thought that the overall simple sort of caricature good guy versus bad guy was very well done. As I said, this is a movie that's not going to make you contemplate life. It never gives that impression, which is something I really enjoyed. I don't like watching films that make me think all the time. That can be very exhausting, and every now and then I need films that I can just really relax and really enjoy all the carnage that is happening, and Upgrade is definitely one of them. I thought the cinematography was very high-end, very authentic in the future that it was presenting. There was future mixed in with modern day, so it didn't feel like it was completely out of the realms of today's era. And you've also got some very practical gore effects. I thought the practical gore effects in this film were once again a love letter to films of the 80s. There are no CGI, so although it's a modern day film, I still thought it was using those old-fashioned techniques as far as your gore is concerned. So the gore is really well done. I actually really liked it, and the cathartic violence is what makes it so satisfying, is that this main character, played very well by Logan Marshall Green. He is very sympathetic. He's had horrible things happen to him. He's very likable. The exchanges he has with STEM were actually quite humorous in some instances, and I could see that STEM was a character of its own. Although you couldn't see STEM, I thought that STEM it was slowly basically taking over this main character, and that was basically, as I said, it was very funny, but at the same time actually delves into the horror genre to some extent. So that was very good. I thought the supporting cast, who were Australian actors, were very good. As I said, everything is a caricature, so it's very black and white. good guy versus bad guy, but all of a sudden is another bad guy creeping into it. And so the journey that this man takes in his quest for vengeance, I thought was very riveting, and it doesn't really complicate itself, and it never clouds what it wants to be. And as I said, what it wants to be is a love letter to 1980s simplicity, but simplicity done very, very well. I thought the soundtrack was fairly good. The action choreography was excellent. Some of the car chase scenes actually reminded me of Mad Max, which is something that Leigh Whannell, he was actually a fan of Mad Max, which is very clear as far as the action sequences are concerned. So there's all very well choreographed, and as I said, it's just a lot of fun. So if you go into it expecting a really entertaining ride, then Upgrade is definitely going to deliver everything that you want. You've got a very sympathetic main character up against the villains, and as I said, there's a slight complications in there, but they're not complications done just for twisting the film. It's just a snowball effect to keep you interested, and so the interest is never lost throughout the hour and 30-minute runtime. I don't really have any problems with Upgrade. It's not a masterpiece because, as I said, it's just a very fun film, but it definitely delivers everything that it wants to, so for that I really have to give credit to Leigh Whannell. So overall, highly recommend that you go out there and check out Upgrade. It's incredibly entertaining. Going to give it 4 stars. Alright guys, that's it for my review. Hope you enjoyed it. Till next week, watching movies, and I'll see you there.